Ever get that feeling where you're like, I really want to understand this thing, like really get it, but I don't have all day?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think we've all been there.
Right. It's like information overload, but time famine?
Totally.
Well, good news, because that's exactly what we're tackling today. It's a rapid fire, but hopefully pretty insightful exploration of something we use every single day.
Lay it on me.
The English names of the months.
Oh, cool.
We're going deep, not just learning the names, but like where they come from, how to use them right, the whole 9 yards.
Awesome. Love it.
Consider this your express lane to month mastery.
I like that. Month mastery.
So, our trusty guide today is this super cool piece from Wizard Idiomas. And let me tell you, it's not just like a boring list. It really dives into the history, which I gotta say is where things get juicy.
Totally agree. You got to know the backstory, right?
Yep. Exactly. So, our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to arm you, dear listener, with all the knowledge you need to conquer the English months. How to say them, how to, shorten them, their origin stories, and even a bit of grammar.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, let's jump right in. Just to get everyone on the same page, here's a quick rundown of the 12 months in English with their Portuguese counterparts, of course. Ready?
Hit me.
January, that's Janeiro. February, Fevereiro. March, Março. Abril. May, Maio. June, Junho. Then we've got July, Julho. August, Agosto. Setembro. October, Outubro. Novembro. And last but not least, Dezembro.
Music to my ears.
Right. It's like a little rhythm almost.
It is.
And hey, for those who want to get fancy with the pronunciation, the original article has links to both American and British pronunciations. But for us today, we're all about the stories behind the words themselves.
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
So first up, we've got January, our good friend Janeiro. We often shorten it to Jan, like on calendars and stuff.
Right.
And it's a big one, 31 days. But here's the kicker. January is named after Janus, the Roman god of, get this, doors, beginnings, and endings.
Oh, wow. That's so fitting for the first month of the year.
Right. When you think about it, starting a new year is all about looking back at what was, closing those doors and stepping through to something new.
Yeah, it's like a built-in sense of transition.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how that idea of new beginnings pops up in so many cultures, right?
Definitely a universal theme.
Okay, next on the list is February, or Fevereiro, if you're speaking Portuguese. We usually call it Feb for short. Now, this one's a little tricky. It's got 28 days most of the time, but then we've got those leap years, and boom, it gets an extra day, bringing it to 29.
Right. Can't forget the leap years.
And guess what? February gets its name from the Roman goddess Febua, and it's connected to a festival of purification they used to have around this time.
Interesting. So like a month for cleansing and renewal.
Exactly. It's kind of poetic, don't you think?
It is. It makes you wonder why they'd hold a purification festival in, like what we often think of as the coldest, darkest month, right?
Yeah, that is kind of a head scratcher. Maybe it was like a symbolic way to scrub away the old year and make room for spring.
Could be. A fresh start after the long winter.
All right, marching right along to March, or as we say in Portuguese, Março. This one's another kind of one-dayer, and it's named after, drumroll please, Mars, the Roman god of war.
Oh, wow. From purification to war, that's quite a shift.
Right. And get this, Mars was actually the son of February.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So it's like a mother-son month combo.
Exactly. It's like after those themes of new beginnings and cleansing, we get this burst of energy, maybe even a little conflict as winter gives way to spring.
Yeah, like the god of war is all about action, change, and those early spring days definitely have that feeling of change in the air.
Totally. Okay, on to April, which we know as Abril and often shortened to April. It's a 30-day month, and the coolest part, its name most likely comes from the Latin word aperire, which means to open.
Oh, I see, like opening up after the long winter.
You got it. Think about April in the Northern Hemisphere. Flowers are popping, everything's blooming. It's like the world is literally opening up. The article does mention a couple of other theories, but to open is definitely the most popular and I think makes the most sense.
Yeah, aperire is just so fitting. It's like language mirroring nature, which I think is really beautiful.
Totally agree. Okay, next up is May, or Maio in Portuguese. No need to shorten this one, it's just May. It's a 31-dayer, and its name comes from Maia, the Roman goddess of fertility.
Makes sense, right? Springtime, everything's growing. A goddess of fertility seems like the perfect fit.
Right. It's like this whole theme of renewal and growth that runs through these early months is just continuing.
It's fascinating how they wove their mythology into the calendar like that.
I know, right? All right, moving on to June, which is Junho in Portuguese and gets shortened to June. This one has 30 days and takes its name from Juno, the Roman goddess who protected marriage, women, and birth.
Interesting. So June is all about family and relationships, huh?
It seems like it. It's definitely a month with some strong social and familial vibes.
And again, you can see how important the Roman gods and goddesses were to their understanding of the calendar and, by extension, our calendar.
Absolutely. So we're officially into summer now, starting with July, Julio in Portuguese, shortened to Julie. It's another 31-day month.
Mhm.
And this one has a more direct historical link. It was named to honor Julius Caesar back in 44 BC.
So we're moving from mythology to real historical figures now. That's a big shift.
It really is. It's like they started commemorating actual people and their impact on the world instead of just sticking with mythological figures.
Makes you wonder if Julius Caesar had any say in the matter, right?
Right. Okay, next up is August, which we know as Agosto and abbreviate as AUG. This one's also got 31 days, and it keeps the trend of honoring Roman leaders going. August was named after, wait for it, Augustus Caesar.
Wow. So we have 2 months in a row named after powerful Roman dudes.
I know. Talk about a lasting legacy.
Right. It's like they're saying, hey, we're here to stay. Remember us. And we do.
We totally do. Okay, buckle up, because here's where things get really interesting and maybe a little confusing. We're at September, our friend Setembro, which we shorten to Sep. 30 days in this one. Now, the name comes from the Latin word septem, which means 7. But hold on a second. September is the 9th month, isn't it?
It is. That doesn't quite add up, does it?
It's like a puzzle. But the article actually explains this. The original Roman calendar, get this, started in March. So if you think about it, if March was the first month, then September would actually be the 7th.
Oh, wow. So it's like a leftover from an older system, little linguistic time capsule.
Exactly. It's wild, right? The name is literally telling us about a whole different way of organizing the year.
Language is so cool like that, how it holds on to these pieces of history even as things change around it.
I know. And this isn't even the only one. Next up is October. Outubro in Portuguese, shortened to Oct. It has 31 days, and its name comes from the Latin octo, meaning 8. And you guessed it, it was originally the 8th month in the Roman calendar.
So the pattern continues. The name's literally telling us, hey, I used to be number 8 back in the day.
It's amazing, right? It really shows how, even though the calendar changed, those old numerical roots stuck around in the names. All right, on to November, or Novembro, which we shorten to Novem. 30 days in this one, and its origin is the Latin novem, meaning 9. You probably already guessed it, it was the 9th month, way back when.
The plot thickens. We're really seeing how adding January and February to the beginning totally shifted the whole numbering system. But the old names hung on.
Right. It's almost like a history lesson hidden in plain sight. And finally, we reach December, which is Dezembro, shortened to Des. It has 31 days and comes from the Latin decem, meaning 10. And yep, it was originally the 10th month. It's mind-blowing to think that 4 of our months are named after numbers that don't even match their current positions in the year.
I know, you'd think they would have just renamed them or something when they changed the calendar.
Right. But it's like this weird mix of practicality and tradition, I guess.
Maybe it would have just been too confusing to completely rename those months. Imagine having to relearn the order and everything.
Oh, totally. It's like, wait, which one's September again?
Exactly. Chaos.
Okay, so we've covered the names and their amazing backstories. But now let's switch gears a bit and talk grammar, because that's important too.
Grammar police coming through.
Haha. So one thing the article highlights is a pretty big difference between English and Portuguese. In English, you always got to capitalize the months no matter what. But in Portuguese, you only do it at the beginning of a sentence or for proper nouns, like a street name or something.
Right. That's a good reminder for those learning English.
Totally. It's one of those small things that can make a big difference in how your writing looks. You want to write, I went to the beach in July, not, I went to the beach in July.
Exactly. It's all about the details.
And speaking of details, what about prepositions? The article gives us the lowdown on those too.
Prepositions can be tricky.
They really can. So when you're talking about a month in general, you use in, like in January, the weather is cold, or we're planning a trip in May. But when you're talking about a specific day within a month, then you got to switch to on, like the meeting is on July 25th, or my birthday is on December 12th.
Yeah, those are good, clear examples. It's all about whether you're talking about the whole month or just one particular day in it.
Makes sense. And the article actually mentions a helpful way to remember this. Think of in for a broader period, like a month, and on for a specific point within that period, like a day.
That's a great way to put it. It's all about those time frames.
Okay, let's zoom out a little and talk about the calendar itself. We all know and love it, but it wasn't always this way. Our current calendar is called the Gregorian calendar, named after Pope Gregory the III. The article tells us it was first used on October 15th, 1582. That feels like yesterday compared to, like, ancient Rome.
It's pretty recent when you think about it.
I know, right? And it turns out it was actually a major update to fix some inaccuracies in the old Julian calendar, the one created by Julius Caesar. The main goal was to get the date of Easter aligned with the spring equinox, which is when day and night are roughly equal.
Oh, wow. So it's all about keeping the religious calendar in sync with the seasons.
Exactly. It shows how even something as basic as a calendar has a history, and it's been tweaked and adjusted over time. And speaking of adjustments, that brings us to leap years. You know, those years where we get an extra day, why do we even have those?
Well, the article explains it pretty clearly. It all comes down to the fact that the Earth takes a little longer than 365 days to go around the sun. It's actually closer to 365 and a quarter days. So if we didn't account for that extra quarter day, our calendar would slowly drift out of sync with the seasons.
Ah, so it's like a little calendar hack to keep things aligned.
Exactly. And it's those extra quarter days that add up over time and give us that extra day in February every 4 years.
Right. So every 4 years, we get a leap year, which has 366 days. And in English, that extra day, February 29th, is called Leap Day.
Catchy, right?
Super catchy! So there you have it. A pretty epic journey through the English months, their Portuguese translations, abbreviations, the incredible stories behind their names, a little grammar lesson, and even a glimpse into the evolution of our calendar.
I feel smarter already.
Me too. And you know, it really makes you think. The fact that some of the month names are based on numbers from an older calendar system, it's like, what other things in our everyday lives might have surprising origins or maybe even logical inconsistencies that we just don't notice because we're so used to them? It's definitely something to ponder, right?
Absolutely. It's a good reminder to never stop questioning and digging deeper.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the months.
It was a blast.
Till next time.
See you then.